What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Okay, making their debut on the channel tonight, we have Stream of Passion. Yes, indeed. How about that? Stream of Passion making their debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to do the clicks and the likes and the bibbity boobity bob, do me a favor. Before you do all that stuff, make sure you watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you're feeling like you still want to do all the clicks and likes and stuff, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Wencho101, and this is actually Wencho's prioritized request for the month of August for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So here you go, Wencho. I hope you enjoy the show, man. Wencho wanted to see me react to this song by Stream of Passion called Monster. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by Joseph Kerwin, okay? And the video has 15,364 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Stream of Passion, intro, Monster, Memento, 2016. That's right, Memento, I heard, Wencho told me that Memento is the album or the name of the concert. I'm not sure if it was one of the two, but the song is actually called Monster, and I guess there's an intro there. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Always fun to watch this. Always fun to watch them setting up the stage. It's interesting. It actually really is interesting to see the whole process. Yes, gotta get those songs in. Never understand that. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. There he is. There's that guy.
What is this? You're gonna wear this to the show. You're gonna wear the shirt of the band you're gonna go see. Don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy. Wonder what venue they're playing at. Oh, they're on Max Band? Okay. the intro. I like the feel of the intro. I just hope they don't go too long. The intro's only been playing for like a minute, so I'm not too concerned. But if we get like another minute, like if we get to like 3:16 and the intro is still going, then it's gonna be a little long. You know what I mean? We'll see. We'll see what happens. Interesting time signature. 58585868. 58585888. I think. Let me go back. Let me make sure I'm accurate on that. That's how it sounded. Hold on a second. Okay, so I was right. All right, so 585858. So 3 bars of 58 and then 68. 58585888. And then we did 2 bars of 44. 58585868. 58585888. Okay. I mean, look, here's the thing. It's a pattern, okay? It is a pattern. And once you find the pattern, it's going to be easy to follow. It's just finding that pattern first. And, okay, yeah, it took me a couple of listens to get it, but I got it. I got it. It shouldn't be too hard to follow now. I like that 4/4 break, though. That was nice. That was a nice touch. Bass player is getting it. I love it. Really nice stage presence from pretty much everybody on stage. I mean, drummers and keyboardists, they're kind of slave to the instruments. There's not really a whole lot they can do as far as moving around the stage. But stuck in their positions as they are, they can always do things to move. They just can't move around. You know what I mean? But they can stand in their spot and they can interact with the crowd. They can headbang. They can, point to the crowd. There's a lot of things they can still do. They just can't pick up their feet and walk around. That's all they can't do. The bass player is a lot of fun to watch. Not gonna lie. I'm kind of, every time he starts, getting that deep stance and starts headbanging from the waist, I can't help it. My eyes just get drawn to him because he's creating the most movement in motion. And remember, we human beings, we are predators. We are depth perception predators. Our eyes are drawn to motion. So we see movement and we can't help it. We're instinctually programmed to, what was that? That's how we are, folks. So yeah, every time I see him getting big and wide with the stance and getting down and getting really big on those headbangs from the waist, yeah, my eyes are going to be naturally drawn to him. No offense to the guitar players, no offense to the lead vocalist. They're all moving. They're all moving around. They're all doing their thing. They're interacting with the crowd, and that's great. But the bass player is definitely putting a little more effort into it than everybody else is. So of course, my eyes are going to be drawn to him. It has nothing to do with him being a bass player, okay? Although being a bass player myself, of course I'm going to want to watch him and hear him. Anyway, let's keep going here. Nice breakdown right here. It was coasting along nicely. I mean, it sounds good. It's definitely got some heaviness to it for sure. I like the play with the time signature. I really do. Switching from 4/4 to 6/8 for the pre-chorus, back into 4/4 again. Feels good, man. Feels really good. I hope at some point, maybe for the outro, they'll go back to that 5/8, 5/8, 5/8, 6/8, 5/8, 5/8, 5/8, 8/8 pattern again. I hope they do. If I'm being honest, I kind of feel a little let down that hasn't been a little more used throughout the course of the song. They had it for the intro, but ever since the intro, they've been in dominantly either 4/4 or 6/8. So I don't know. I hope they do come back to it. If they don't, it's okay, but it'll definitely be bonus points if they do. But this breakdown right here, guitar, bass, layout, drums, layout is now strictly piano and vocals. Very pretty. Nice approach. Way to switch things up and way to keep things from becoming stale. So good job on them. All right, let's keep going here. Oh, good. They do take off the masks.
To the farthest star.
5/8. went back into it. It sounds like they went back into it. I'm hearing 5, 5, 5, 6, 5, 5. I just paused on the third 5. I bet you they do 8, 8. Let me back up. I want to hear the whole thing here.
Your search will last forever.
No, they didn't do 8. And on the 6. It's a little modulation, but for the most part, they did exactly what I was hoping they were going to do. They finished how they started. They finished with the intro, a modified, very slightly modified intro, but for the like 99%, it was the same intro. So awesome. Awesome. Yes. Very smart. Not really a whole lot to think about, honestly. It shouldn't take me too long. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Stream of Passion with the song called Monster. This was a request from Wencho101, and this was actually Wencho's prioritized request for the month of August for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, Wencho. I hope you enjoyed the show, man. I got a score, and I gotta be honest with you guys, there really isn't a whole lot to talk about that I haven't already discussed. So this, I don't know if this is gonna be like a short review, but by this channel standards, yeah, it probably will be pretty short. I'll bet you I'll probably be able to explain everything in, I'll bet you under 10 minutes, no problem. Maybe closer to 5, I don't know, we'll see. Depends on how much of a rant I decide to go on. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give that an 8.3. Yep, 8.3. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, I'm gonna start in kind of an unusual place. I'm gonna start with the musicianship. And I have my reasons for why. I promise I'll explain. The drumming, solid, absolutely solid. Great job being able to come up with fills and patterns within all those time signature changes, which I'm gonna get to a little bit later. But really nice job, rock solid drumming, never overplaying, but playing just enough to keep the song moving, keep the song interesting. So great job on his part. The keyboardist, great job filling out the sound. Nothing all that impressive done by him. I will say I did like that piano breakdown when it was just piano and the vocalist, the two of them together. That was nice. It was very pretty. Sounded really good. Great piano patch. Didn't sound synthetic at all. It sounded like a legit piano. So great job on his part coming up with that patch. Guitar players, nice job. Really nice job. Nothing all that impressive, if I'm being honest here. What they were playing was pretty standard stuff. I mean, it wasn't anything mind-blowing by any stretch, but fit the context of the song? Yes. Great guitar tone? Yes. Did it do the job it needed to do? Yes. So no complaints. I'm just saying it wasn't like mind-blowingly impressive. You know what I mean? The bass player, great job. Again, much like the keyboardist, filled out the sound, held on the bottom end. I couldn't really hear his attacks. Like, I know he's playing with a pick. I couldn't really hear his attack, but I did hear the resonance. I did hear that bass tone coming out and helping fill out the bottom end. So that was nice. I wish I could have heard a little bit more of an attack on his tone, but it's okay. I mean, look, I heard him. That's the important thing. Vocals. She's got a great voice. She really does. She was one of the highlights, in my opinion. I think her voice was fantastic, especially when she went up in the upper range. I know everybody's going, well, that, you know, the range is what was impressive.
I respectfully disagree.
The range, if we're being honest here, really was not that impressive. I've heard vocalists go much higher than her, okay? what impressed me about her range is when she did go up into that upper register, it never lost any of the power, it never lost any of the projection, it never lost any of the support, and here was the most impressive part. It never lost any of the fullness. She sounds like she's operatically trained for that reason alone. Sometimes, most of the times, when vocalists go up into the upper range, it'll get thin. It's not because they go into a blend voice or they go into a head voice or they go full-blown falsetto or whatever, it gets thinned out. Her voice did not get thinned out. Her voice was just as full in that upper register as it was in the lower register. So that was impressive. Okay, I will absolutely give credit where credit is due. Her voice was definitely impressive from a control standpoint and from an ability to maintain fullness. So yeah, great job. Kind of a sweetness to it too, if I'm being honest. The voice had a little sweetness to it. I liked that. Now, let's talk about showmanship. Here we go. Everybody on stage was moving in some capacity. Even the keyboard player was back there when they had the chance. He was headbanging in unison with everybody else. Gotta love that. You absolutely gotta love that. I love it when keyboard players, I'm being sarcastic here. I love it when keyboard players stand back there and go, "Oh, I have to pay attention to my keys, and I can't move around because I might lose my concentration. I might lose my place." If that's the case, you need to practice more. You need to spend more time playing your keys. You need to get yourself more familiar with your instrument to the point where you can close your eyes and play. That's what needs to happen here. This guy clearly knows his instrument inside and out because he is able to headbang and move his body all while playing the piano. He clearly knows his instrument. He clearly knows it inside and out. And that is the sign of a true musician who really understands his instrument. So kudos to him. Even the drummer was back there. I saw him a couple times. Okay, it looked like he was pointing to the crowd. Now, he may have been reaching for a cymbal, okay? With a few times I did see him point, the camera was kind of on him and from the side or close up to the front. So I never saw if he was actually pointing or if he was hitting a cymbal. I'm not sure. Like, watch, ready? Here's the point. Hitting a cymbal. You see what I mean? I couldn't tell what he was doing. It looked like he was pointing to the crowd. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. And I'm going to say that's what he was doing. Because I did see him point to the crowd once. It was a clear point. So I'll take it. I'll take it. And I can only assume, based off that one, that when he was doing this and doing this, that he was pointing even though I couldn't see the point. So good on him. Good showmanship. Guitar players up at the front, headbanging, interacting with the crowd with their leering and their facial expressions once they took the masks off, smiling into the crowd, nodding to the crowd. Great. Acknowledging the crowd. Awesome. I personally would have liked to have seen a little more movement and motion from both of them, just a little bit. Maybe move on the stage a little bit more, separate, go out to the wings, come back, maybe cross, maybe trade places. Would have been nice, okay? It would have been nice, but they were still moving around, still interacting with the crowd. Gotta love it. The bass player. I could not take my eyes off him. I'm sorry. And there's a reason for that. The reason is this. Out of everybody on the stage, he was moving around the most. He was moving forward and back. He was moving side to side. When he was doing his headbanging, he wasn't doing from the shoulders, man. He was getting that nice, wide, long stance, and he was headbanging from the waist like I do. I love doing it like that. I have to do it like that. I can't headbang from my neck anymore, man. It just doesn't work. After I broke my neck, I was like, no, that's not going to happen anymore, I guess. So I had to adapt. I had to headbang from the waist now. So that's awesome. I'm glad for him. But here's the thing. Because he was doing all that, he was creating the most movement and motion out of everybody on the stage. And since our eyes are naturally drawn to motion, I couldn't help it, man. Every time that he would start and the camera would switch, there he is. There he is. Oh, there he is. It was like, okay. No, he did a great job, man. He was entertaining as hell to watch, and I loved that. The lead vocalist, I felt like she could have done more, a little bit more, but she did interact with the crowd. She did move around. She had great stage presence, so that was really nice. It was nice to see that. From everybody involved, I would have liked to have seen a little more stage interaction. I would have liked to have seen them interact with each other a little more, play to each other a little bit, face each other every once in a while. That would have been nice. It would have been nice. But the important thing was they were interacting with the crowd, so no complaints there. Now, the big thing for me, songwriting. This is where things get really interesting. I loved that intro. Once I figured it out, it was really easy to follow. The 3 measures of 5/8 with a measure of 6/8, 3 measures of 5/8 with a measure of 8/8. Once I figured out the pattern, it was easy to follow. It was easy to keep along with. It was a little bit of a challenge. Look, I had to go back and make sure. So yeah, that was a great challenge for me. And then they went into a couple measures. I believe that was 4/4. Because I felt the feel change as well with it. So I think they went into 2 bars of 4/4, back into that intro again of 3 measures of 5/8, measure of 6/8, 3 measures of 5/8, measure of 8/8. And yes, it was 8/8. It was not 4/4. You could hear the clear difference between that one measure of 8/8 and when they went into 4/4. You could hear the difference. So it was 8/8 without question. No, that was great. Loved it. And I loved how they ended. They ended with a slight variation of the intro. They got rid of the 8/8. I think they just did 6/8. I think they just did 5/8, 5/8, 5/8, 6/8, 5/8, 5/8, 5/8, 6/8, 5/8, 5/8, 5/8, 5/8. Blech. Try that again. 3 measures of 5/8, measure of 6/8, and they did that 3 times. So that was cool. They skipped the 8/8 measure to end out the song. Smart. Really smart. They still ended how they started. It was the same pattern, just a little bit of a variation, which I thought was really classy. For the most part, the rest of the song, super easy to follow. It was either 4/4 or it was 6/8. They did have that one section where it was 6/8, 5/8, 6/8, 5/8. I believe that was the bridge. That was nice. That was really nice. I dug that. No, listen, the songwriting was the highlight for me. Definitely, without question. The songwriting on this was outstanding. Very well written song. Had a lot of nice ties and interchanges, but not so much that you got lost. The intro was a challenge. It was, but once you found the pattern, it wasn't impossible. And finding the pattern really wasn't difficult. It was a challenge. It was a challenge. But it wasn't like impossible. It wasn't sitting there, having to go back 20, 30 times before you finally got it. I got it in 2 times. So I'm happy with that. Listen, great song. Great song. Great performance. Overall, have no issues with it whatsoever. Would I call this mind-blowing? The only thing I would call mind-blowing, honestly, would be the songwriting. And even then, I can't really call it mind-blowing because I've heard other people do the exact same thing and even better. So, but I mean, it's still impressive, okay? I did enjoy it. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, that's the most amazing song I've ever heard. No, I'm not gonna do that. Listen, it is a great song, okay? Well written, well executed, great stage presence, and great performance overall. So that is why it's getting the great score of 8.3. So, 8.3, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching. And as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.